look at the mid-race report brought to you by Stanley. Since 1843, Stanley has been helping people do things right. We are working that 5th caution of the evening. And 67.802 miles an hour, Glenn Jarrett here at halfway.
Listening to Todd Bodine talking to his guys, and Barry, he's telling them to add some air to the left rear, take some bite out, that it needs forward bite. He says he's a little tight in the corners, I guess.
Yeah, what the air pressure will do is give him better forward bite, and he doesn't want to fool with the diagonal, which is wedge, because the car won't turn in the center. He's wanting it to rotate, but he's wanting good grip off the corner.
Back to racing. Oh, and problems on the start. Glenn Allen Jr. Glenn Allen, oh, and a hard hit as Shane Hall is hit hard from the rear deck by Hermy Sadler. Caution on the speedway.
Man, what a lick.
Boy, that was a lick. The leader have taken the caution. There you see Hermy's moving. You see Shane Hall is moving.
It's a good sign.
Yeah. Glenn Allen, that is venting from Hermy and Shane Hall's machines. Man, that was a vicious lick. You know, you don't realize, even on the restart, how quickly you really go on a short track. You get up a pretty good head of steam.
And things happen so fast. You know, in that particular case, the track was probably blocked, and lots of times your vision, and like in Hermy's case, he probably couldn't see. There was a car directly in front of him, and you know, these spotters do a great job, but at these short tracks, there's a lot of cars in a small area, and things happen just so fast.
So caution at lap number 154. We'll watch it again. See what turned the first machine around. It'll be just off to the right and behind the leaders. There goes Glenn Allen. He got touched from behind. There came Hall. And Hermy tried to miss him. You saw Hermy angling for the wall.
Well, up there, you get the marbles, you know, the pieces of rubber that have come off the tires. And when you get up there, you can get on the brakes and you can try to turn the steering wheel, but it's basically like being on oil. You just, you know, you don't have a lot of control.
Looked as though Chris Diamond in that purple machine, number 68, got a... Oh, man.
You know, he didn't know he was going to hit him in the fuel cell like that. His other option was to take the fuel cell off the 99, and Hermy had no choice.
Those guys were yelling their heads off from atop the Winston Tower. Those are the spotters up there directly over the incident. Again, the 99 is driven away. And then Hermy, as we saw, and Shane Hall both moving around in their race cars. Let's go down to the pits. Glenn Jarrett, that was a big-time lick, man.
Oh, it was, Eli, and unfortunately, I was standing right here going into turn 1, and I could see exactly what was coming. Hermy's spotter, in his defense, was telling him, get low, get low, get low, but Hermy had already committed himself. Just like Patty said, when these short tracks, it runs up on you so fast, it happens so quickly, that once you make that first move, you don't have time to make a second one. So Hermy had already moved up the racetrack. The spotter was telling him to go the other way. It was too late. I haven't seen a lick like that on a short track in a long, long time. Hermy's car left the ground and actually got above the wall level down here. So very fortunate he was able to get out under his own power.
Of course, the ambulance is out there. We saw the drivers moving around, and again, the 99, Glenn Allen, having driven away. Scary moment. But we are going back to work shortly at lap 156. We are back with you. Thanks, Steve and Brad, as we return to the South Boston Speedway here in Virginia. How you doing, Vicky, Minnesota? Tom in PA. There's what remained. You know, remember Hermy a couple of weeks ago on our coverage from Dover Down Speedway in Delaware? We showed you the problems he had in qualifying. And there's the smack tonight.
Yeah.
Glenn, I was saying, I see him just coming out of the ambulance now. Glenn, how's he doing?
Well, Eli appears to be okay. Hermy, I tell you, the last few weeks been awfully tough on you. Hard hit. Are you okay?
Yeah, just disappointed again. You know, I watched it. It was pretty good. We made a mistake. He came in pit road the second lap around, put his back in some traffic, and I jumped up on the outside on the restart trying to pass some cars, and you know, those guys wrecked up top of the racetrack and had no way to go. I'm sorry I got into shame, but we'll keep working, and I know it'll be better one day. If we keep holding our heads up and working hard, it'll be better one day.
Well, I have to agree with him. It's got to get better. I don't think I have ever seen anybody have as bad luck for as long a period of time as Hermy Sadler.
That's
Things have got to turn around for this young man. He's too talented a race driver for it not to.
And they've used up some big-time equipment, too. We'll talk more about it when we continue. The race leader is Randy LaJoie. Just past halfway. That's the remainder of Shane Hall's what turned out to be a bad luck car tonight. But he was on the Busch pole, Glenn Jarrett. The night started out so promisingly.
Oh, it did, Eli. It started out to be a great night for Shane Hall. We were saying, Shane, your first career pole, things were looking good. I know the car got a little loose on you, but what I have to wonder, you got mixed up in that stuff, not your own making, but when Hermy came at you, you had to think, man, he was coming right through you.
It was a pretty good hit from behind. You know, we just things got turned around a little bit in front of us, and just didn't have nowhere to go. His Lutz couldn't stop through. The car was running good, but we got a little bit. We were good on short runs. The long runs, our car was just a little bit loose. Just seemed to kind of be at the wrong place at the wrong time, but got a little something positive to build off of. Maybe we can get a Watkins Glen and have a little better run.
Well, I know you told me that starting off the second half of the season, you needed a good showing here. You got the pole. You did that much at least. Give the guys some confidence maybe for a better second half.
I hope so. You know, we need to do a little better for our second half, and hopefully this will give us a little bit to build off of. You know, we'll just try to build on this and go on to the next one.
Better luck next time, man. Stay away from Friday the 13th. All you guys, boy, what a night.
You said that. Patty, let's talk about it. Between Dover and here, you don't want to bring this down to basic dollars, but sometimes the equipment, the power plants that they have gone through in the last few weeks is remarkable.
Oh, yeah, Eli. Well, first of all, the situation at Dover, he was really fast in practice.
Speaking
really had
of Hermy, of course.
Yes. Yeah. He had a chance at the pole and really was going for it in qualifying and lost it coming off the fourth turn. Completely destroyed the car and the engine. So, I mean, that's a big bite right there. And then here, another car that I thought for sure a front clip, and Barry says could be everything but the tail clip. And, you know, his body's going to be sore tomorrow, his neck and all, but his pocket's going to be pretty sore, too.
Glenn Jarrett, let's talk about the neck strain here. Patty was talking about it, of course, relative to the accident. But I remember when you ran here, you run a number of races here at South Boston. You were telling me once how this track is particularly tough on a person who has good neck muscles. It's a tough old racetrack in that regard.
Absolutely, Eli. 300 laps here will wear down the best of them. The guys that always ran well here were guys like Tommy Ellis. He won 7 races here. Why did Tommy Ellis do so well here? He doesn't have a neck. He's so short. Yeah. A big, tall guy like me sitting in the car, when you go around here so often, you hardly ever straighten up here. It puts a tremendous strain on your neck. I used one of those straps under my left arm hooked to the left side of my helmet. It actually would, my head would pull my left arm up, and I wound up looking sideways and drove that way most of the night.
And it also cut off your circulation.
Absolutely. You just,
that's the explanation we were waiting on.
Well, I always had some kind of excuse, but I think that this place, there was one other place we ran up in Asheville, North Carolina, perfect circle up there too, New Asheville Speedway. These two places, South Boston and Asheville, were the two worst that we had as far as wear and tear physically on the driver. Good racetracks, man, they're just tough on you. Bristol was tough in its own right, but you never straighten up here. And right now, these guys are loving this caution period because they're getting a little break, getting to relax a little.
And if you're curious about this lengthy cleanup, you saw all that fluid venting from the race cars, and they've put down a lot of, obviously, an extensive amount of speedy drive. They've had to bring out that blower and the spreader just a bit, so we remain under caution. We're just past halfway, only 19 laps past the halfway point. Randy LaJoie is leading. We're back in a moment.